Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vets07, and today we're going to be doing a passive tier list. Now I'll be going over my reasoning for every single one of these, just because there's not too many. Basically, our first one up is Stylish Heal. Every single heal passive in this game is awful. I'm pretty sure, so there's one healing that like increases your healing, I'm pretty sure, and then there's one that stops it. So I'm pretty sure Stylish Heal is the one that stops their healing. It's awful because regenning in PvP is useless. Last breath basically gives you 50% more HP, because if you die you just gain 50% more, so you have a ton of health. And there's only probably like a few combos in the game for PvP that could kill you, and it's just really good having the extra health, because if you're in dungeon and you die, you get 50% more HP. It's just really nice to have. Next one up is Dazzle. Dazzle is pretty buns, because if you hit somebody with and it actually procs, then they're either in a combo, so it doesn't matter if they're blind, or if I get blinded, all I have to do is just use my Electro V2 lightning dash, and I just get out of there because I can't see. Or if I don't have a dash, I literally just keep running in the direction I was, a direction I know that the enemy is not, and I legit get away. Dazzle's pretty bad. Honestly, like, I feel like it could do something, like, rarely. Like, it could rarely screw you over. So I'm going to put it in C. Other than that, though, pretty bad. Healing Havoc. Is this the one that stops players regen? Anyway, both of these are garbage from what I remember. So we're going to go ahead and put this in D tier. I don't remember exactly what one. Like, I can't remember what one is which, but they're both trash. Debility. Debility is probably the best passive in the game for PvE, but it's really good. Basically all it does is, I say all it does, but basically what it does is it debuffs the enemy, making them take 15% more damage from all sources, which means your friends do more, your allies do more, they all do more damage, 15% more, which is no small number. Debility is insane. Acropurge is pretty buns. Like, I don't really know why you would want this. It's just extra healing with acro weapons, and it's not all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. I'll put it in C tier, because it does have a use. Like, you could get more out of it. Hyper armor. I'm pretty sure hyper armor just gives you some sort of damage reduction if you get hit. I might be wrong about that one, but Sprinter. If you hit something with Sprinter, you could be insanely fast. Which is nice, but you don't really need the extra speed. I guess it's just kind of nice to have. So I'm gonna put it in B tier, although it's not very good. Swift. After being hit, you're basically 200% faster. This is pretty bad, because if you're getting hit in PvP, you're probably dead if they have a good combo, which most people do nowadays. And then if it's PvE, this could be somewhat useful. It's like I said, it's just kind of nice, but it's not really all that. Next one is Various. So Various is very good. It's like critical strikes, but like rarer to happen, but more damage. So it's like a trade-off. So it's rare to happen, but it's a lot more damage. And then there's Last Stand. Basically when you're low, you do more damage, but you have to be really low, so it's not great. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Reflective Strikes is pretty good, because it's only good for like PvP, basically, because in PvP, if you get hit, right, and you have this passive, it will basically take their dodges, which is really good. But if they take your dodges and you're in a combo, then you're possibly dead, which is what's kind of bad. But if you do live it, then you're free to attack them, basically. So you can get like a good counterattack if you don't get one shot, is basically what I'm saying. Next up is Nocturne. Nocturne is very good. It basically can get you out of combos. Basically what you want to be doing if you have this passive is you basically want to be spamming any form of... I can't talk. What did I just say? Anyway, you want to be spamming any form of movement, because you can get out of any combo if this passive procs. Now, it's kind of somewhat-ish rare, but not really. So you'll probably be able to get out of every combo. It has a 30-second cooldown, and it's very OP. I'm trying to go down the line here. So Was this the one I just did? Nope. Reflective strikes. Okay, this one. There we go. Sentinel. Sentinel is pretty buns. I'm gonna be real. Let me see what it did again. All damage towards what again? Oh, hold up. Is this fruit or? Man, I can't see. Oh, reduce all damage. 15%. Yeah, no, you're still dead. Alright, so if you're taking 50% DR, all they have to do is 30,000 damage if you're that low. Wait, no, it says 15% HP. No, actually, it's buns. It's terrible. I'm gonna be real. It's awful. You're basically dead. It's very rare that this will save your life. Super rare, depending on what combo. Very situational. Let me size down. Eternal. Reduces fruit damage if you're low. Very situational. You might get lucky and live if you have this passive in like PvE. Most NPCs don't really use a fruit all that much, but it's not. It's pretty buns. Like, I'll move these up to C tier just because they do have some use. D tier is like completely useless. Ronin, same thing with Ronin, like nobody's really using. So excuse me, I thought this was the melee. But the melee one actually does have some use actually because of Garp's very good right now. Here's Brawler. This is the melee one. This one's still pretty mid, but is usable-ish. Like I said, you might get lucky, situational. And then, so this is all the passives from the, when the game first came out. But we actually got some new passives, which is really nice. And this is what they are. So, this basically boosts dragons' damage. Now, this is a okay passive. Like, if you can manage to get this passive specifically with like a Debility or Last Breath, it's good. But that's basically where it stops. You have to get a double iconic for it to be good. And other than that, like, there's probably other doubles you want. So, hold on. Okay, so what this means is basically, it's a paradox thing. So if you own the item in your inventory, then you have a chance to get a paradox for it. So for example, if I have Draken Fangs, you can get 90% damage reduction to 2 Draken Fangs. This is super situational. So I'm just going to put this in B tier. It's super duper situational. Like, if you manage to counter them just by you managing to have their combo paradox, then cool. Pitiless, this is a pretty awful one. It's 5% damage to lower players. That's really bad. And then there's also Fearless, which is 5% more to high bounty players. Let me size this down. Pretty awful, not gonna lie. Both of these suck. Use this for PvE. And you can get 5% damage out of... You can get more than 5% damage out of the... up here. Wait, I just realized something. Am I missing passives? Hold up. I'm missing crit strikes, am I not? Maybe I skipped over it. It's a little confusing how I'm doing this. I don't actually have the pictures. Give me a second to figure that out. Okay, so I am missing a few passives. That is my bad. So, crit strikes. Now, I am tempted to put this S tier. Just because it's easy to proc, but it does somewhat depend on what fruit you're using. Or I think most situations, though, it is S tier. So I'm going to put it in S tier. Freewind. Blasting, this basically just gives you some extra damage. It's like a stone, but for your fruit, or like anything you're using. It's pretty bad, actually. It's not completely useless. You can get maybe a few hundred damage out of it. I've tested this before. Same thing with Tempest. It's the exact same thing. It's just buns. You know what I mean? So I think those are the few I was missing. Yeah, okay. Back to the new passives. So I did... Okay. I left off on this one. Okay, Bolt Core. Lightning abilities get boosted to Electro V2 and Rumble. I tested this. It's the same thing with Draconic. Same thing. Night Core, same exact thing. Boost Dark damage. Unfortunately, Dark got a low key for PvP. It's actually worse somehow. It has no stun on it. Like, if you have Garp, I swear to you that you could use every single ability on Garp through Dark. Like, for example, if you hold the first ability and then as soon as it ends, you're gonna get put in a combo because it doesn't have enough stun. It's awful for whatever reason. Fire damage, fire isn't good. I'm gonna be real. This is pretty bad. If fire was better, it would be in B. But at least dark has some use for PvE. Same with lightning and dragon. So we're gonna go ahead and put fire in D because it's a pretty awful fruit. It needs a buff in B real. It's probably the worst awaken. And I believe that is every single passive in the game currently. If I actually missed one, I apologize. And if I did miss one, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll tell you what tier it is. Because the way I do these tier lists, as you can see, I have just the words, so it can get a little confusing sometimes. Now, I don't have all the pictures. Now, if somebody could send me all the pictures on Discord, that'd be amazing. But I don't expect anybody to just have all the pictures laying around. Maybe I can go to the wiki, actually. I'll look into that next update. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.